6 things that I think that every kid, every teenager, they really need to know, especially when they're getting into the game. And this is something that you can apply to life pretty much. But it's very noticeable when you see that on a tennis court, on a sport. Why? Because it's just easier to notice it. The first one is fully commit to the game plan and don't doubt it. When I mean fully commit to the game plan, that means that when you're going to play someone, you usually want to have an idea. Okay, what am I going to do? What is the style of play of this guy? Sometimes when we have a game plan, we have to change the way we play. And when we have to change the way we play, we have to understand that, okay, this is for my own good, because my style is probably the style that matches this guy's game, and he's going to destroy me if I don't do something different. I noticed this on Zverev many times, making tons of shots that he could have come to the net, and he didn't do it because he was fearful. Alcaraz was chasing the ball way off the court, in a completely off balance, in a very difficult situation, and Zverev will hit the ball and stay on the baseline. I mean, sometimes hitting the ball even close to the service line and backing up, not really moving forward. What chances did Zverev have to win the match if both of them were on the baseline? Pretty much, Zverev pretty much had no chance. He knew he had to do something different, and that was attack. If you're fearful of coming to the net because you think that you're not going to be good enough volleying or putting the ball away, well, you have to think that anyways, if you stay on the baseline, things are not going to work on the way you want. So you have to, when you create a game plan, you have to stick to it. You have to commit to it. Being aware that there are going to be moments when things are not going to be well, and you're gonna be, something is gonna tell you in your mind you should just change the game plan and go back to who you are. Don't stick to it. Your game, if your game doesn't work and you create a game plan, commit to it, having in mind that there's still gonna be many points that you're gonna lose, but at least you're doing something different trying to be that person. The second thing is, being superior most of the match, looking better, having better chances doesn't matter. Winning the point does. I mean that is because during the second or third set, Zverev looked much better than Alcaraz in many phases. He was hitting the ball well. He was serving well. He looked more confident. Past the first 3 sets. In the fourth set, he got destroyed. But even in the last set, he being down 1 break, he had plenty of chances to break the serve, and he didn't do it. And there were little periods on the fifth set that looked like Alcaraz was kind of losing it, even being up in the scores. It seems like Zverev was getting back into the game, but if he did not capitalize, he did not take advantage of those opportunities. He did not win the important points. It doesn't matter if you look better. It doesn't matter if your forehand is better. It doesn't matter if you're good looking. Whatever it is. In the end, what matters is who won the important points. That's the only thing that matters. Who won the important points, and that's what made the difference in this match. Number 3, good opponents don't forgive lack of quick mental recovery. I really mean that because Zverev, he was not able to recover from that fourth set. On the fifth set, even though he had plenty of opportunities to get back in the match, he just didn't do it. And when you play the good players, those guys are going to take advantage of that. If you are not the kind of person that can recover quickly from mistakes that you have done and you're dwelling on them, they are going to make you pay. So you have to learn to let go and be back in the game immediately, because these guys are going to take any lapses of no concentration or you being out of your mind that you have. They are really going to take advantage of that. So when you're playing and things are not going well, you better start focusing how much time you're wasting whining and complaining instead of finding your way back in the game. Pursuing improvements is painful, long, repetitive, discouraging, and very hard to achieve. Trying to get better trying to get better your game, it's something that is gonna take time. There's gonna be times when it looks very boring. It's gonna be times when it looks grueling. It's gonna be times when you're gonna be completely out of faith and discouraged because things just don't seem to work. And that's how the match looked and that's how this match looked for Zverev at the end. It looked like I've been fighting this guy. I won the second set. I won the third set, and I was looking good, and he came back and pretty much beat the crap out of me on the fourth set. So what am I gonna do now? On the fifth set, there were times on the fifth set that Zverev looked like the situation, the event, the moment, what was at play was too overwhelming for him. And I truly believe that he mentally, I don't think that he was tired. I don't think that his game was really the problem on the fifth set, like this physicality, being in shape or not. I think that if you look at it on the fifth set, there was just an inside, a mental struggle going inside of him. And it seemed like there were many times when it seemed like it was just too much to handle for him. Don't expect to take action until you're full of confidence. That's another thing. Alcaraz mentioned something about this match. He said, I really needed a match like this. I didn't need this because it gave me the confidence that I had the mental toughness that requires to win this caliber of matches. And that's it. That came from a guy that already won 2 major tournaments, already been number 1 in the world, already beat Novak Djokovic on the final of Wimbledon. And he was kind of doubting himself, thinking, do I really have what it takes to win? That's how important it is to pay attention to that aspect of mental toughness. And that's so you can see that not even the people that seem to be very successful and we will think that they're full of confidence, it doesn't happen like that. Because being confident and feeling good with yourself it's a permanent job. It's something that is never going to end. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how good you are at something. There are going to be times and there are going to be situations that are going to make you doubt yourself. So you just got to keep working and working on it. No matter how difficult things seem to be, the law of fine margin always apply. When I talk about fine margin, I'm talking about, I always say, remember this, fine margins. That means a lot of things that we're trying to achieve, they just seem so difficult. But it's just one tiny difference that made you achieve it. Just a little bit more that you pushed against it that made you achieve it. And even on the fifth set, where Alcaraz seemed like he had full control of the match, the truth is that Zverev had several break chances that could have made things very different. He would have broken, and then he could have even the score with his serve. But in the end, Alcaraz saved those break points. And if you look at many of the most important matches in the history of tennis, they were won by a very fine margin, sometimes by a tie break, by a couple of points on the fifth set and things like that. So when I talk about fine margins, what I mean is you have to keep on fighting, because you never know when just that little bit extra that you put is gonna make the difference. Is going to actually work for you. So look around you on the things that you want to do when you're playing, and just hang in there, because even when it seems like it's a lost cause, you never know when you're gonna have that chance that you want, that you can get it by a very fine margin, just by one shot that you made well, or one shot that the other guy got nervous and missed long. And you're probably gonna be facing the opportunity that you've been looking for for with so much effort, putting so much on it. Okay, I hope this is helpful, guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.